Hey guys, thanks so much for coming back to Naturally Paige. It's time for another Mama Mondays. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing all of my tips that I learned on planning your 1-year-old or toddler's birthday shoot. If you're interested in watching this video, please just make sure that you keep on watching, get somebody else to watch it with you, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you're new here, turn on your notifications, and if you want, you can just give it a thumbs up from now. So y'all know I'm extra, y'all know that, Mike was turning 1. I clearly had to do a photo shoot. I mean, come on, daddy's a photographer, auntie's a photographer, I'm a photo tete. Like, really and truly, how was he not gonna have a first birthday photo shoot? But I learned a lot along the way, and so that you don't make the same mistakes I did, I'm gonna make sure that you have all you need for planning your little one's photo shoot. Hey guys, what's up? The time is 3:30 a.m. Yeah, I know, and I am currently up washing my hair. So I just wanted to take you guys behind the scenes of a photo shoot with Mike. So I had a rough Friday, and the plan was to come home, kind of get Mike settled, and then wash my hair and everything, get ready. I fell asleep, jumped up at 12 o'clock. I was like, oh my goodness, I need to wash my hair. It hasn't been washed in 4 weeks. That I knew that trying to style it without washing would just be horrible. So I was just like, okay, what am I gonna do? So let's just try and wash it quickly. The thing is that the shoot is at 8 a.m. and so in order to get us ready, me ready, Mike ready, in time for the shoot, I know that in the morning I'm not gonna have a lot of time, so I might as well just kind of write it out. And this happens to me a lot whenever we have an early morning. So an update is that my hair is not dry. It's now 47. Mike is up, he's with daddy. My hair is not dry, so I'm actually going to be doing my makeup while I am drying my hair. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so that went a lot better than I expected. Disclaimer though, I don't sweat a lot, and I had a fan on me the entire time, so that is probably why it was kind of okay. So I wouldn't recommend that if you are someone who sweats really easily. But yeah, I did pretty well, and of course saved me time. I was drying my hair while doing my face. So I'm gonna iron Mike's clothes, and then we're gonna get ready and head out. So we are currently at the studio where we're shooting. Pumpkin is asleep in the back. Thank God, because that means that he will be bright-eyed and ready to go for pictures. I'm grateful for that. I timed it properly. And then my husband has instructed me to sit in the car and rest while he sets up because I'm exhausted. It's adrenaline wear off as I sat in the car and we're driving. Like, I literally just fell asleep. Yeah, I've been up since 2. It's now 9 o'clock, so I am tired. But just gonna push through. I've left these 2 still in just because they weren't dry, and I think the top one not dry, but it's okay. My hair tends to do well when it's in this almost dry state. It gives me a really nice bounce and shine. But yeah, so we're just gonna set up and then picture time. So I'm excited, tired, but excited. It's gonna go great. So my very first tip is plan ahead. When I say plan ahead, I don't mean 2 weeks before, I don't mean a month before, I don't even mean 3 months before. I started planning Mike's 1-year photo shoot from he was 6 months old. What? Paige, that's a little excessive, don't you think? Not necessarily. Let me explain why. In December, I was just kind of browsing on some sites and came across this amazing blue velvet blazer for Mike, and it was on sale. I was like, what? Yes, this is perfect. I bought it in size 12 to 18 months, which would give him at least 6 months wear out of it in 6 months time. So I literally had his blazer for his 1-year photo shoot 6 months in advance. Now I know you may be thinking that's way too much, Paige, but here are the kickers for it, right? It meant that I had time to source the blazer, and then thereafter I kind of formed the rest of his outfit from that, in getting his shirt, his pants, and his shoes. I had time, I had a plan, and on top of that, because I got it so far in advance, it was on sale. You're more likely to get something that's on sale if you're looking out for it and if you have the time. If I hadn't found what I was feeling, I'd have just waited it out. Something would have come up between that time, but because I started early, I was able to get what I wanted for him from the get-go. This also comes down to choosing your theme. So decide what you want to do. Why am I saying to choose your theme from so early? It means you can budget out to purchase the different stuff that you want to get, but also so that you can give yourself time to find it. So say you want to do something where it's like an antique kind of thing. You know that you're gonna have to be looking for certain props. You take your time, you find the props. You do your plans way ahead of time. I also think that it eliminates the last minute rush. Can you imagine if I was trying to get Mai's outfit the day before, the week before, the mad helter-skelter I would have been going around with? And in fact, what ended up happening was I forgot to get a dress for myself. So I had planned ahead for Mike and for Marcus, gotten the matching bow ties, everything good. And I forgot to get a dress for myself that matched. And I was just like, Paige, are you serious? And I ended up spending the day before running around trying to find a dress. Plan ahead. Make sure that you have the outfits down pat. You know exactly what you're doing. You know the theme. You know what you want out of the photo shoot. Plan ahead. Alongside planning ahead comes the hiring of a professional. This is not the shoot that you're gonna try and shoot yourself. Like, it's hard enough trying to get a 1-year-old to cooperate for a photo shoot. The last thing you need is using a timer. Like, the last thing you want to have to be doing is saying, smile Mike, smile Mike. Do you see how this looks? It's not cute. Smile Mike. Awkward. No. Hire a professional photographer, book the studio, book the location that you want to get started, check the location, make sure it will be available on the day. Do your research, plan ahead, but hire a professional. The reason why is that professionals who have worked with babies also know the tricks of the trade. They've done this way more than you. They know what's going to get baby to laugh. They know the tips to give you. They know which poses are going to work for the 1-year-old. They know what the 1-year-old may be interested in doing in order for them to get a photo. Hire a professional so that you don't have to worry about the quality of photos that you're going to be getting. Okay, so you've planned ahead, you have found all of the clothes, you've made adjustments if they need to be made, you've booked the studio, you've booked the photographer, you've booked the location. Now what? It's the day of the shoot. No it's not. It's the night before. What are you doing? You're doing the prep of ironing all the clothes the night before. Do not iron it the morning of the shoot. I'm saying that because anything can happen in the morning and you don't want to be bogged down or running late because you're ironing the clothes. Iron everybody's clothes, hang it up on hangers, put it in a cloth bag so that you can just walk with it ready to go. When I say prep your outfits on the night before, ladies, get your earrings ready, get whatever headband you're putting in the baby's hair, whatever socks they're gonna wear. Make sure that you have the entire outfit laid out, planned, and ready to go from the night before. I'm gonna recommend that you plan to do the shoot early. Why do I say this? Most babies tend to be their most alert and least cranky early in the morning. I'm not talking when they just wake up at 6 o'clock. I'm talking that little sweet spot where they are just awake enough to be like alert, but they're not just waking up where they're like, oh my gosh, I'm tired. No. You need that sweet spot, and you don't want them when they're on the tail end of their alert heading into nap time, because that leads to cranky. If you're like requiring them to do stuff, they're like, I'm not about this life. Stop it. So what do? Find the sweet spot. I know for us, Mike normally gets up at 5 o'clock, 5:30. On the weekends, maybe we can stretch him to 6, but most times he's up by 5:30. By the time we would have fed him, changed him, had a bath, we're looking at like 8 o'clock. So I knew that the best time for us would be around 8:30 to do the shoot. I also gave Mike like a really light us at that time, just because I didn't want to stuff him and then he'd get super tired and go down for a long nap. So he had like fruit, and I think he had just he had a bottle of milk and some fruit. So he was full enough where he wasn't hungry, but he also wasn't so full that he was like lethargic. The next tip I have is for on the way to the photo shoot. Let the baby nap. Don't try and keep them away. Let them nap. Why I'm saying this is because the car is already gonna lull them. They've probably been up now for anywhere between 3 hours, maybe 4 if you push the shoot a little later back. You want to give them a little cat nap, because if you don't, they're gonna be on the tail end of being awake, which means they're gonna be cranky and want to nap, which is gonna limit your shoot time. But also, it's just gonna make your life a lot harder. You want them to be in a good mood. You want them to be happy. Let them nap in the car. Turn on the music. Don't be talking to them the whole heap. Just, even if they're not napping, give them some quiet time. No toys in the back, no tablet, no anything. Just in the car, calm. And if they fall asleep, let them sleep while you're setting up. This was a huge thing for us that day. We allowed Mai to sleep while we were doing the setup, while we were doing all the balloons and fixing the room. Marcus was getting his camera up. He was asleep in the car. And what I ended up doing was that I woke him up like 15 minutes before they finished setup. Like, we kind of just gauged it, and I was like, all right, you have about 15 minutes left to set up. Woke him up so that he wouldn't be cranky coming out of the sleep. And I started to give him a little snack. I carried a yogurt with me. Yogurt worked wonders, right? It kind of just spruced him up. He's not hungry, even though he's not too full, but he's just right to be in a good mood to take some cute pictures. They're just like slightly hungry, and then it's just like all hell breaks loose. It's mayhem. No, feed the child. So you've started the photo shoot. What are you gonna do? Have a tablet that's playing the baby's favorite songs. Reason why? If you get the baby to dance, the baby's most likely to smile. You're less likely to get a baby to sit and just smile. No. You need to have the tablet and also a loving auntie/godmommy who is willing to stand behind the camera and go, my, and make silly faces and make him laugh. You need somebody behind the camera. Now, I know you're probably gonna say it's not what the photographer is for. Remember, your baby probably doesn't know your photographer. They're not gonna laugh and interact with them. Get someone who the child knows, interacts well with, who normally plays with them, so that person can kind of be in the scene, behind the scenes, just like they're more likely to evoke some kind of reaction from the child, and the photographer can just click away. But don't have the entire family coming to hype you up. Most times, babies in a strange environment, if there's too many faces, even if they're familiar faces, they're gonna feel overwhelmed, they're gonna clamp down, they're gonna start crying, they're gonna start clinging. You don't want that. Choose one person who you know outside of mommy or daddy, because maybe mommy and daddy are gonna be in the shoot. If mommy and daddy aren't in the shoot, then by all means, you don't need anybody else. Mommy and daddy can hype up the baby. But if mom and dad are gonna be in the shoot like we were, get one trusted person who you know can get a reaction from the baby. My next tip is for the parents. Always look at the camera. I know it's tempting sometimes, like when you see the photographer trying to get the baby to smile, Mai, and you're just like, Mai, smile. No. You always look at the camera. So, like, reason why I'm saying that is because the photographer is literally just waiting for that snap second where the baby is gonna be smiling or they're gonna be interacting, and then you go spoil it by looking somewhere else. Like, huh? What? Not cute. Focus on the camera and you just maintain a smile and let the hype person and the photographer work on getting baby into a mode where it's ready to snap the picture. My next tip is to go with the flow. I know sometimes we have this vision in our head of what we want for their shoot, and we hype it up in our head. And then baby is just not into it. You know, baby doesn't like the balloons, or baby doesn't like the fact that there's ribbon on the floor. They're sensitive to it and they don't like it. That's okay. Go with the flow and allow them to naturally be, because the truth is that if they feel like forced, it's just not gonna look good. So might as well you let them be and you give them the freedom to get some good shots. At one point, Mike was like just over the shoes and he was over the jacket. We took it off and we got some really cute pictures with him in his little white shirt, barefoot, just standing up by his balloons. Awesome job. I'd have loved to have had a picture with the balloon falling over him. Why are you scared of the balloon? Why am I gonna do that to him and freak him out? Go with the flow and let go of the plan. Allow it to be organic and to really naturally follow the child's lead, even if you spent all this time planning the theme. And this is my very, very last tip. Know when to stop. I know sometimes it's hard to let go of the vision or to say, oh, but I have one more prop. Oh, but I have exciting. If the baby shows signs that they are finished with the shoot, finish the shoot. Don't keep going. Don't prolong it. Don't try and bribe them. Just end it. Say, yeah, man, whatever you got, just find me a couple good shots out of it. We're done. It's not fair to them to put them through, because I actually do think it's kind of traumatic to them when they are expected to perform like that, and it tires them out. They get cranky. They get, please, why are you doing this to me, mommy? Stop. Let it go. It's really not worth it. I'm sure that you'd have probably gotten at least 2 good pictures. To put your child through the turmoil and like being upset and throwing a tantrum, it's not worth it. See the signs of when alright, he's getting tired. Let's just call it a wrap. That's it. That's a wrap. We're done. No more. Okay. And I'm guilty of this. I was like, okay, let's try this. And Marcus was like, Paige, he's done. You know, just be considerate of the fact that you don't want somebody to force you to do something that you're tired from, you know? Those are my basic tips for planning your 1-year-old or a toddler's photo shoot. I really and truly hope this will help somebody else on their journey. I kind of had to figure it out, and I've learned a lot for whenever I do stuff with him now. So I mean, I'm really glad I did it. And I hope that you guys have amazing photo shoots with your little ones. Like, don't be scared. Like, be extra. Don't let nobody tell you be too extra. Yo, it's your child. Be extra. Have a fabulous time. And I hope your little one has an amazing birthday shoot. Thanks so much for watching Naturally Paige, guys. If you haven't already done so, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications, and don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. See you guys for another Mama Mondays.